Is Instagram going the way of the dinosaurs? Where can you share your photos online? Is photography worth it if nobody is seeing your stuff? These questions and more are answered in today's video. That's why I love coming out to the country. Look at these deer right here. Roll intro. Well, that was weird. Anyway, welcome back to the Least Professional channel on YouTube. How's everybody doing today? My name's Josh, and I do photography videos mainly, although I'm branching off into some other things that are coming up this fall. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, slap the subscribe button like it's the Pillsbury Doughboy high on bread flour. We all know he doesn't make his money from selling crescent rolls to moms. Alright, so let's get into the video. So on June 30th, the head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, put out a video on Twitter and Instagram saying that Instagram was no longer a photo sharing platform. His words. So what does that mean going forward? Basically, Instagram is shifting more for video and focusing heavily on the Instagram Reels, which is a new feature that they introduced last year. We don't know yet how this is going to impact the actual photo sharing side of Instagram. More information is expected to come on that in the coming months. He did say over the next few months is where they're going to be releasing more stuff, so we're keeping an eye on all that. So the question becomes, why is this happening? To answer that, we need to take a step back in time and look at things that happened leading up to this point. So in 2006, a brand new social media platform came on the scene called Twitter. Most of you know Twitter. Most of you use Twitter. It was at the time, it was a place where you could share short thoughts, 120 characters or less. And there was a lot of questions around whether or not something like that could be successful, given how short the stuff was, compared to something like Facebook, where you could share basically whatever you wanted to share. And then after you made those tweets, you could send them out for the entire world to see. It wasn't just some friends list that was seeing your post. It was the whole world could see it. The short form content was kind of a new idea, and it was seen as kind of risky. But what Twitter allowed you to do was connect with celebrities, eventually politicians, world leaders, and companies as an individual, and keep up with what they were doing. And Twitter made it super easy to follow people like your favorite content creators. Following this, in June of 2012, we would see the starts of the first short-form content video platform, Vine. Vine allowed people to upload short clips of 6 seconds or less and made it easy to find people and to see a whole bunch of clips in a very short period of time. These clips could be easily shared, and it made it really easy to make a viral video. Twitter bought Vine, and in January of 2013, they officially launched the platform. Shorter clips meant that users could watch more clips from varied creators. As a result, it was a good place to go viral and gain an audience, and there's a lot of YouTubers that are still on the platform today that are huge YouTubers that actually started on Vine and went viral on Vine, and that's where they actually grew their audience and started becoming really popular. By December of 2015, Vine actually had over 200 million active users on the platform, which is just mind-boggling considering how short the clips were. But in December of 2017, Twitch announced that they were going to disable uploading videos to Vine, essentially killing off the platform. 1 year before Vine would come crashing down in flames like a Led Zeppelin, the world would be introduced to a new platform, at least in China, called TikTok. Now in 2017, TikTok would launch globally and become a massive success overnight, mostly because Vine went away. TikTok allowed users to upload videos between 15 seconds and 3 minutes long, and also made it very easy to go viral, because users can just swipe through and check out several videos in a very short period of time. It makes it really easy to discover people and find new creators out there. Seeing the success of Vine and TikTok, the world's largest streaming platform, YouTube would say, I want a piece of that sweet, sweet stack of dollar bills. In late 2020 and more into early 2021, YouTube would launch YouTube Shorts. These are videos less than a minute long, meant to capture the viewer's attention long enough to make them forget about TikTok. So that brings us back to our favorite former photo sharing app, Instagram. In late 2020, Instagram introduced a new short form video called Reels. The idea was to try and keep up with TikTok and maybe steal some of the creators, since at the time there was a possibility that TikTok would be banned in the US following the talk of then President Donald Trump. So you have to ask the question, why did these companies insist on following trends rather than setting them? Following the success of Vine and TikTok and those kind of things, companies got the idea that users were dumb and they didn't want to watch long form content, that it was just too much for them, they didn't have enough of attention span to keep up with that kind of content. which is why they all started kind of pushing in that direction. That's right, these companies think you're stupid. But you could just prove them wrong by hitting the like button down below, because obviously you've made it further than 3 minutes into this video, so that right there disproves the idea that everybody wants to watch nothing but short content. But realistically, as a company, it's easier and less risky to follow what seems to be the direction of the market, rather than trying something new and bold. Funny part is, both Vine and Twitter did something risky and new, and it paid off, at least for Twitter. At the end of the day, they answer to shareholders who are only really focused on the dollar signs, and they don't understand or care about anything that is not in their bank account. So the next question is, what do we do now? For me personally, my plan is to primarily focus on uploading pictures to Facebook and Twitter. I've got a group on Facebook, I've got a Twitter account, so I'm uploading most of my stuff there. I still want to upgrade to Instagram from time to time. It's not going to be near as often as I was when I first started out. One of the biggest problems for me with Instagram personally is just the resizing and the way that they trim down the images. It's really meant for cell phone images, because the very first thing when you upload things off of your cell phone is they ask you to crop the image and then add a filter to it. Well, I do all of my editing in Lightroom, and most of my images are coming off of a camera onto my computer, which means the only way that I can really upload them to Instagram is putting them onto Google Drive and then pulling them off of Google Drive and then putting them on there and hoping that they're the right size. I could manually save them to be the specific size for Instagram, and then I wouldn't have to worry about it, but I shouldn't have to take that extra step. It's a pain to me. I don't like the way that that's set up. It's never really been great, and instead of focusing on improving that aspect and allowing you to upload from other places than just your phone, they've decided to go the direction of promoting video content. In my eyes, sharing to a photo-specific social media platform is really restricting. There are other photo sharing sites out there. Most of them aren't really any good, and the ones that are halfway decent are really niche, and you're really limiting. I can't speak today. You're really limiting yourself and your audience, because a lot of the people that are going to those sites are photography lovers and people who are looking for pictures. How many times have you been on Twitter or Facebook and you've seen a picture on there and you've been like, oh, that's really cool, and maybe it's not a picture that you would have seen on a photo sharing site, but it's a picture that somebody chose to upload and share. So that's the kind of thing that really drives me away from Instagram and other photo sharing stuff back onto these regular social media platforms where I can share to a broader audience. And realistically, uploading to Facebook or Twitter, building an audience up like that, it's time consuming, but it's well worth it, because at the end of the day, people, if I put a photo on Twitter, for instance, I add a couple of relevant hashtags to it, and that expands my audience to anybody that's searching for those hashtags. And those are people that might not have seen my images anyway, that maybe wouldn't have been on Instagram. Maybe they just run through Twitter looking for things. So Twitter to me has become a really great way to start trying to kind of grow the audience a little bit and reach new people. Facebook kind of the same way. With Facebook groups, you can start a group, you can share your photography in there, and you can really promote it, whether it's through paid advertising, which I've done a couple of, or if you are just posting stuff on there on a pretty consistent basis. Facebook will suggest groups to people that they think that they'll like, and they've got so much data on people already. It's really easy for them to push that stuff out to the right audience, to get the right audience to come in, to check your content out and see, if they like it, they're going to stick around and they're going to like it, they're going to share it. So to close this one out, I just want to say, go out there and take as many pictures as you can. Share those pictures on social media. You never know when you're going to take a picture that is going to change your life or somebody else's life when they see it, because pictures do have that impact on people. I mean, you'll see pictures, obviously, from war zones or from really dramatic locations, but you'll also see pictures, nature pictures, or some of the statue photos and stuff that I take that people see and just can be a real inspiration. And maybe somebody sees your picture and becomes inspired to go out there and start taking photos themselves, and we can kind of grow the community. So I also want to say real quick, I have been working on and planning out some content that's going to be coming up this fall, starting next month actually. So I wasn't on my schedule this week. I've been trying to upload every Friday night. I didn't make that this week just because I've got a lot going on. And last Saturday, I actually went to the Mansfield Reformatory and spent the night there. There's going to be a video coming out that'll be in the first week of September that's going to be highlighting that, and that's going to start a brand new series for me. So Make sure you subscribe if you're interested in that. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss anything. But thank you all for watching, and remind you, hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, if you enjoyed it. But other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you all next video.